Let's begin one of my favorite parts of linear equations, graphing lines from the equations without ever having to find the values of x and y. I learned this finally about a year ago, and I'm just fascinated by how this works. So I definitely enjoy this. If I did this in school years and years ago, I don't remember it, but I love how this works. We'll do the last three together. There's sort of a sample of each type that I'd like to go over. In the equation, the first thing that you always want to do is graph the point of the y-intercept because you've got to start with a point. That is your point. You know it's going to be on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can do the slope. Since this is positive, I go up and to the right. When the slope is negative, you go down and to the right. Up 7/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I shall graph my line. All right, so when I drew this line, a line crossed through the R. So I need to go down and cross out an R. Cross out all the R's. Okay, so no R, another R. Yep, so cross out all the R's. No R's in the answer. What happened to the little boy who swallowed a silver dollar? He choked and died. End of story. Yeah, they make these easy. Sorry, I gave you the answer. Number 8, negative x. So that is a 1 slope, and it's negative. So remember, it's probably easier to think of it in terms of a fraction when you need to do the slope if it's in a whole number, because that tells you that how many spaces you go up or down and how many spaces you go to the right. So since this is negative x, negative 1/1, I go down 1 and over 1. Let me start with the y-intercept. It's a positive 3, 1, 2, 3. Since the slope is negative 1, I go down 1 and over 1. Just like that. And I see the letter my line is aiming toward. Let's see how it works. Ta-da! Crossed out the I. No I's in our answer. Oh, I was sure that was going to be the word in. I guess I was wrong. First time for everything. On to 9. Y equals 4x. There is no y-intercept written. So if there's nothing, what number is nothing? 0 is nothing. So that means the y-intercept is 0. And sometimes you'll see equations written like this. And that's true too, but technically you don't need a value that doesn't have any value. So with that in mind, 0, that's the origin. The 0 on the y-axis is right here. So now this is 4, so remember, think of it as a fraction when you're graphing a slope, 4/1. So you go up 4/1. 1, 2, 3, 4/1. Sometimes that confuses people. They see 4 and they want to go up 4 and then they're like, okay, now what? All right, so we cross, oh, I see the letter we're crossing out. Goodbye, S. Well, S is one of the letters I thought would be in it for sure. That's one of the most common letters, so no sock. All right then, so we have done the bottom 3. You have a sample of how to handle whole numbers, just in case you forgot. You have a reminder of how to do negatives. If it's a negative slope, remember you go down and to the right. If it's a positive, you go up and to the right. You have examples of what to do if there's no y-intercept, but of course there was just that one, unfortunately. And so I think you are set.